Hi there, my name is Laura Palmer, and today I'm going to be walking you through my final project, which explores the use of player psychology and incentives that can be used within a virtual environment in gameplay. So the core of my video game is exploring the use of puzzles and collectibles and how the player can be incentivized to continue their exploration and their playthrough of their game through these means. So I decided to go ahead and use the world of Grimm as my inspiration for the environment and for the builds that you will see when we start to explore the area. So it's kind of like getting a little mini outdoor exhibition of these little stories. So when you first walk up, when you first enter the scene, you come across a sign that gives you a little rhyme that explains the basics of what this game is about. And it explains the rules a little bit, and I just thought it was a little bit more entertaining than just having it be bullet points of this is what you expect the game to be. Now, it's completely up to you as the player as to where it is that you go. There's no particular way that you have to achieve this. As you can see in the top left, there is a little UI there that tells you how many cards you have collected, which is the main aim of this playthrough. But you can collect these items in any order. It doesn't particularly matter. So the main thing is having a inventory system that allows you to collect these items and then also use them to unlock other items, which would then allow you to be able to collect these cards. So you can see the little inventory system is here. The size does change depending on your screen size, and I do need to notify you as well that this isn't the official rendering of the game. I had to turn off the shadows just to make it easier to run for the screen recording. So for instance, you show up at the gingerbread house that's from Hansel and Gretel. The original house was made out of biscuits and bread, which is a common misconception because everyone thinks it's out of sweets. And as you walk down the path and make your way, you actually notice that there's like little signposts here that actually tell you a shortened version of the story, which I thought was just a nice little addition to add, as you know, not everyone may know the full story and what the original tale is actually about. So you can enter the house just like so. It's completely up to you how you explore, but you notice there's a few items that are left scattered on the floor. So you can press F to pick up the key, and then you can see it has appeared inside of the inventory here. It's showing up as key, and it's got a specific illustration to it, so you remember what the shape is about. So for instance, that shape has got quite a curved pretzel-like shape, and if you notice there's also a chest here that has the exact same shape. So you can use that to open up the chest, and there you're able to pick up your first card. So now the UI has updated, showing that you've picked up 1 out of 9. So that's the core aim of the game, is being able to unlock these items, which will then allow you to pick up these cards. Now these items can be found anywhere, but because I've developed this, I'm going to speedrun my way through collecting all of these just so you can see how they work. So some are behind locked objects, such as like doors that are locked, or chests, and so forth. So you have to be able to find the item that's going to allow you to unlock it. So for instance, there, just inside that bucket, I picked up a missing handle that was coming from the oven. So in order to be able to open up the oven, see if there's anything inside, you need to have the handle in your UI, in your inventory. So now I can press E to open that. And now you can see we've got another card. So that's all the cards inside of the house. We also remember in Hansel and Gretel there is a cell that the witch keeps Hansel in, so if you just come towards the back you can see it here. So we've already picked up the cell key, which is just labelled here. So we just go up to it, we can unlock it, and there we can pick up our next inventory. So we've already picked up 5 quite quickly. Now, As you're walking around, you might notice that there's these quite big trees that are scattered around the place, and you might not know what those are particularly for in these ladders. But as you come up to the tower for the first time, you notice these big platforms has sprouted out from this tower. But there's not a very clear way that you can get up of it, because as you can see, you can't jump that high. So it's not until you get closer to the first platform that it says that you need to find the bottom ladder. So all of these ladders are scattered around the environment, and I've used these big red trees as wayfinding points for the player to locate all of these ladders. So there's 4 ladders in total, 3 for the platforms, and then there's another ladder to be able to get into the small tower that you can see that's just above there on the roof. So we'll just quickly go around the environment and pick up all of the ladders. Just like so. Once again, you can see they have a little illustration, so you're able to identify which is which. The easiest place to be able to actually identify these is when you first begin at the start, these big trees. So you can see there's one over here, there's another one back here, another one by the tower, and then there's the bigger one right on your right hand side. I just thought it was more entertaining to use natural wayfinding points as hints versus actually telling the player where these ladders may be. So we've picked up, just gotta pick up the last one. There we go, and now we can go and traverse our way up into this big tower. I thought this would be more entertaining of a way to actually get yourself into this tower versus just having, you know, a big staircase or one ladder. So the way that you use the ladders up here is you just actually press and hold space. Now that you've got the ladder in your inventory, you just press E to place it, and it just puts the ladder in place so you can climb up to the next platform. Now the platforms do reset, but as you can see they grow back pretty quickly. So you just gotta be a little bit careful about when you decide to jump up, just in case. I've fallen many times when I was testing this. Now we've reached the top of the tower. We just enter in here. Now, when you go in towards the middle of the room, you notice that there's something I can place here. Now, I've already picked up the long ladder, and if I didn't have this in my inventory, it would say that I would need the longer ladder to be able to access this area that's at the top. So when you look up, the entire roofing area is completely open, and you see that there's actually a windowsill up there. So there might be something up there that that you might be able to collect. So we can just place that down, climb up just like in the other ones. And then we can pick up that card. Now we've got 6 cards left, and they're all actually inside of here. They're just tucked away in little items. So we've got one underneath the blanket. We've used the oven again. That's inside of here. And we've got one more card left. And what you'll see is when we pick up this final card, it is going to teleport us. As you can see, it's taken us right back to the beginning. So as you'll see here, it says, "You've mastered all the challenges and wandered through this land. Congratulations, you're a winner, but there's a lot more for you to see. Onward now to journey, greater challenges await. Shall you succeed?" Now, if there was further development for this game, this would count as a second level, and in this level it would have different stories from the Tales of Grimm in this place instead of the gingerbread house and the tower, which I just thought would be a nice way to continue the level and build some new challenges for the player. But that's where the game finishes. Hopefully that explained my playthrough a little bit more clearly. And yeah, thank you for listening.